What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Killer Queen Black. This game is published and developed by JLiquid Bit. It was actually a pretty big hit on the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be releasing on Xbox as well as Xbox Game Pass on February 23rd, 2021. If you don't happen to have Xbox Game Pass, it would run you $19.99. Now, ultimately, this is a multiplayer game. Killer Queen Black is an intense multiplayer action strategy platformer for up to 8 players. You can play offline or online. Now, I wanted to make a quick video guide showing you guys how the game works and how to play. Now, ultimately, our goal is to win the match. You have 3 different ways that you can win a match in Killer Queen Black. You could either win by military, economic, or snail. Those are the 3 ways to win. First, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get an economic victory. Now, when you start a match, you're either going to start off as a worker or as a queen bee. If you start off as a worker, there's really 3 ways that you can win. The first way being the economic route. To win with the economic victory, you have to collect all of the berries and take them back to your hive. If you happen to fill your hive with berries, you will win that game. So yeah, just keep in mind that you have 4 other players on your team, so different players may be going for different types of victories. That's why communication is going to be really important with your team, because if you guys are going for economic victory, then you can have 3 workers be working on that goal at the same time, and you guys might be able to fill the hive fairly quickly. Versus the 4th player is going to be the queen bee, and I don't think the queen bee can grab the berries. The queen bee simply attacks all of the workers and tries to kill the other queen bee. Now, you would think you can't get a military victory with one of these workers, however you can. If you get a berry and you take it to one of these upgrade stations, you're going to be upgraded with the weapon and you'll be able to attack the queen. So once you take that berry to that upgrade station as a worker, you're going to be upgraded to a warrior. And ultimately, if you kill the queen 3 times, you will win the match. That's how you get a military victory. So either your queen on your team can go straight for the other queen, or you can try to upgrade a worker to be able to help attack the queen. Again, if you kill the queen 3 times, you will win the match. This is how you get a military style victory. Now, as you can see, I killed the queen for the 3rd time, so that would give us a military style victory. Now, I am playing in the tutorial in effort to explain this to you guys. I'll be showing you guys a real match at the end so you can see exactly what it looks like when you're playing a real match. Now, the 3rd style of victory is going to be victory by snail. Now, every match is going to have a snail located in it, and if you take the snail all the way to your side, you will win the match. I want to point out that if you're playing as the queen on your team, you will not be able to ride the snail. Only the workers can ride the snail. The snail will also eat other workers if they go in front of the snail. So when you're playing a match, it's a constant battle of trying to get the other person off of the snail because the snail will be going back and forth. Really, it starts to get hectic because you have a bunch of players trying to win the match in 3 different ways. You have some players trying to kill the queen, you have some players trying to collect the berries and take them to the hive, and you have some players trying to take the snail to the other side. These are the 3 ways that you can win a match in Killer Queen Black. So as you can see, I got my snail all the way to my side, and I would get a victory by snail. There we go, snail victory. You have a blue side and a gold side. Right now, I'm playing as the blue side. So ultimately, as I mentioned before, we have 3 paths to victory. We have economic, military, and snail. So let's go ahead and dive into a real match so you guys can see what it looks like. This is what it's going to be like when you're playing a real match. You're going to have the hive on the upper left-hand side for the blue and the upper right-hand side for the gold team. As you can see, the nests for the queen are located above the hive. That way you can keep track of how many lives your queen has left. So if you count the life that you already are using, you have 2 nests that will be up there by default. So right now I've already killed the gold queen once, and my queen hasn't been killed at all yet. Now, in terms of an economic victory, I think I'm too far away. I'm actually about to win victory by snail. I'll remove my logo for a few seconds so you can see what's going on in the lower left-hand corner. But basically, we're battling to ride the snail, and I just need to move it a little more to the left so I can take it to my checkpoint and win the match by snail. There we go. So, as you can see, the matches go by fairly quickly, which is cool because personally, I'm not a big fan of playing multiplayer games that last, really long with the matches. I'd rather play something that I can get a lot of games in with in a short amount of time. But yeah, I think this is going to be one of those sleepers on Game Pass that end up being a pretty big game that nobody expected. As of right now, I feel like the game is kind of like a sleeper hit, unless you've had a Switch and you're familiar with it. But I don't know, I have a pretty good feeling that this is going to end up being a really popular game on Game Pass. I think a lot of people will end up playing it online, and even if you don't play it online, this game makes for a great multiplayer experience if you're playing on the couch with some friends. If you want to play a quick party game, this is an awesome game. You can play with up to 8 players on one console, so you can have 4v4 in your living room. That is if you have enough controllers to do so. If you only happen to have 4 people or 4 controllers, you can team up and play other players online, your team versus other teams online. That tends to be a lot of fun as well. So there's a variety of ways to play this game, but ultimately it's a multiplayer game. You can play offline or online. Regardless, I highly recommend this one. I think if you play it, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'll probably end up releasing individual achievement guides for it as well, so keep an eye out for those. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive into one last match so you guys can see how it works. So right now, I'm playing as the queen. I'm going to go for the military style victory, so I'm going to try to wipe out their queen 3 times and get a quick military style victory. So we have 1 down, just 2 more lives to go on the queen. In the meantime, I'm going to attack some of these warriors because it appears that they upgraded some of their workers. And you want to keep an eye out for those because once those workers get upgraded to warriors, they can kill you when you're the queen. But if it's just a regular worker, they're harmless. So yeah, I like being the queen because you can pretty much kill everybody. There we go, we killed their queen 3 times and we got a military style victory. And that about covers everything that you guys need to know in regards to playing Killer Queen Black. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 20 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, Blackbird, and Kegger101. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.